Do you see your kids growing up in Poland?
Absolutely.
You did, right?
Yes. Poland, with its safety, with its good education system in comparison to our Western neighbors, with its still relatively traditional approach to building a family, is something where I want to raise my kids. At the very beginning, we're probably going to be staying in the DR simply because the nannies are cheaper.
Oh, okay.
And then obviously, ideally bilingual studies and international studies, because again, being raised in Poland and having a taste of international adventure and learning languages, it was the combination that made me who I am, and I think it's a great combination, and I want to give the same to my kids.
Because I'm only interested, your relationship is a mixed racial relationship, correct? And I'm assuming I would have something similar as well. And I always can't help but feel that in the back of my mind, that my kids will have somehow, because of their look, quote unquote, they will have some challenges in Poland.
Yeah.
Do you have that in the back of your mind, or does it concern you?
Honestly speaking, not, for two reasons. One, and that's not maybe statistically, that's anecdotal evidence. Jarica has had only positive experience when it comes to her being different, because people are just so interested in you because you are different. And two, statistically, in comparison to the other countries, I'm talking about Western Europe, maybe US to a certain extent, probably not more racist than UK. UK is very tolerant, but way less racist than Eastern countries. I'm talking about Eastern Europe and Asia.
Like the East.
Yeah, the level of racism in Poland statistically in comparison is low. Maybe thanks to the fact that we were such a homogeneous society for a long time. So we might do a faux pas here and there, saying something that maybe is not in the right mode. But I wouldn't see in this the core belief that someone is worse than you simply because they have a different skin color. I would attribute it more to the perception that our culture might be superior. Some people might say so, but I wouldn't attribute it to the skin color. And those two things are many times mixed.
Okay. Interesting. Now, I am genuinely and selfishly interested in this topic.
Yeah, of course, understandably, yeah.
Because I personally never had any big issues in Poland being here. And I always allocate this to the energy and the approach, and how you approach people is how you are being, respected, and vice versa. So that's why it's very important for me to see a different perspective of this. And
have you heard about this test of scar during the job interview?
No.
So I think you can Google this. So there was a study about, they took a random group of people and they told them, we're gonna give you a makeup and we're gonna create a scar on your face.
Right. I know this. But tell me about it.
And then they sent the people to the job interview, but just before they said, let me just retouche it, and they took out the scar. Right. And they asked them about the experience of the scar and whether it changed the perception of the interviewer, and everyone said, yes, I got a worse score because of the scar that they didn't have in the first place. So
what does this tell us?
Yeah, you can change a lot in your life about assuming less. And even if you're put in a bad position, taking it with a head-on might change it for the better for you. But that's another thing that I like to repeat. I mean, if I'm supposed to lie to myself that everything is my fault or everything is someone else's fault, I prefer to lie to myself that everything is my fault. Because at least if it's my fault, maybe I'm giving myself the agency to change
the responsibility.
Even if sometimes it's someone else's fault, whatever. Yeah.
True that, it's true.
Sometimes, my ex-girlfriend before Jarica was a Nigerian girl.
Okay.
And I would sometimes...
I think I met her
You met her, yeah?
I think so. I don't know which one I met, actually. We were in Delight.
That must have been Keinde. Okay, the ex-girlfriend. Keinde, yes, from Nigeria.
So that's another third one.
No.
Two. Okay. Her name
the Nigerian one, yes.
Okay.
So you might have met my other ex, right?
Okay, yeah, I think so.
Anyway, I remember us having this conversation because she's American, so she was always more aware about potential racist moves towards her. And she said, well, this guy at the airport was so racist to me. And then I would ask her, like, why? Well, he was so mean to me. But maybe he was just Polish and an asshole, right? In general, right? And some people would get offended by that comment. Some people would say, yeah, maybe in some cases I am attributing this to something else. But again, you can never say because you're not there and you don't know what's in that person's head.
No, but I 100% agree with you that if you think that you are being racially abused, you actually will start to see racism everywhere.
Yes.
And I know that from my personal experience, that I know that Poland gets such a bad rap, or like it's a racist country. Oh my God, Polish people are racist, but it's truly not. And I lived here and I've been elsewhere. I've been to the US, I've been in other countries, and I know.
Yeah.
And it's also sad to say in Morocco, I see like sometimes Moroccan people are racist to people coming from sub-Saharan countries. You know, they're trying to get to Europe. And I truly understand. And I don't see that here because, like I said, again, if you treat people with respect, you will be respected.
Correct.
That's what I mean when I ask you about the kids, because the kids, they don't have this understanding of the world and this, let's say, this broad vision. And it's really, I would just really assume it's going to be a little bit complicated to raise them. But also at the same time, it is a very powerful thing because I know if they manage to do it, they were going to be resilient.
Yeah.
And
correct.
Little powerful kids.
I mean, who am I to say? I don't even have kids yet, but it does seem to me that raising kids is like giving them a micro taste of how the world will look like. So you want to expose them to whatever they're going to face anyway. Maybe just in a safer environment. So better earlier than later.
Well, there you have it, guys. If you stayed till the end, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this conversation as much as I did. If you would like to learn more or discover more, you can click right here on this video to enjoy more authentic and honest stories. Thank you so much for your support, and I look forward to seeing you soon.